There we go. Oh no, hold on a second. My Zoom window's wrong. Bear with me, folks. Sorry.
Well,
And unfortunately, I know that is not the correct window up there, so don't worry about that right now.
Mm.
Let's just say
it may work.
I had to put this together at the last minute. So no, it is not Monday Mayhem as you see on that picture. It's the wrong thing. So
Yeah,
Well, you can.
we made this decision literally last second.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
so you have to excuse
Sorry
that.
about that, Shirley.
Yeah, that's all right. But at least I got the rest in peace Ozzy Osbourne at the bottom right, so that's okay. Yeah, I do apologize for this, folks. Anyway, good evening. It's I wish it would be a happy day, but for a lot of us, it's not a happy day. Hold on a second. There.
Oops, sorry, wrong way with the volume.
Yeah, but anyway, and in case you have not heard, a legendary rock and roll master, I should must well say it, Ozzy Osbourne passed away today at the age of 76. So, in light of that, we have decided to postpone Political Ketchup, and we're going to do an all-out tribute to Ozzy. And unfortunately, we can't play any Ozzy Osbourne music because that would get us in trouble with YouTube. So,
Actually, I think if we did, we could claim it as fair use because we're doing this. But I get you at all.
mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's just like I said, back on the 4th of July, when I did the stream with some of the military music, we got flagged for it, but since we never did monetize the thing, it wasn't a strike. So, but
I
still,
got a question. Was
shoot.
there truth to the rumor that Ozzy Osbourne bit a bat on stage?
Yes,
Yeah.
that
Yes,
was
that's
in
true.
Des Moines.
That is true.
Yeah. Back in 1982 in Des Moines, Iowa.
So yes, Iowa's got a tie to Ozzy Osbourne in the most unusual way.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, I'm your host for tonight. I am Modblog Stream. I'm on the line with 4 of my crazy cohorts. First, to my bottom left, we have our master and creator Frodo. Hello, Frodo.
What's up, motherfuckers?
To my left, our resident joker Mike. Hello, Mike.
Hello, hello. It's Tuesday.
Yep. To my right, we have our tiny sus Janet. Hello, Janet.
Hi.
And finally, below
Say
right.
something funny to cheer me up. I've had a bad day.
Well, we'll try to think of something. And also, bottom right, we have a man from the Bronx, Sajo. Hello, Sajo.
What's up? How's it going? Long live the Prince of Darkness.
Yep, you're right.
Okay, so before we get started, I want to make a little bit of an editorial notice on our normal episode. Normally on Tuesdays we would be handling the political bullshit. And while there's quite a bit of political bullshit we could deal with, uh and I'm only going to say one thing about the politics, and that's what I said a few moments ago, that that the House trying to protect Trump is absolutely bullshit. But let's just not go any further with that.
Mm-hmm. Because
But
because let's put it this way, we found something that actually trumps Trump.
yep, and that is the Prince of Darkness,
Mm-hmm.
and that obviously is our Lord and Savior, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne. So instead of dealing with the political horse shit today, we figured we might as well bring our resident uh, metal fan who should be putting up his devil horns on the show. And we do the proper send off for what I am arguably I'm gonna say, at least in my humble opinion, is the passing of the king of rock and roll. And I don't care that anyone says Elvis is the king. Elvis is the originator. Ozzy perfected it.
Heavy metal.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Yeah, Ozzy and Sabbath invented heavy metal.
Yeah.
As
So
is today.
so he'd be probably more like the king of heavy metal,
Mm.
I would
I don't
think.
care. He's still I've listened to a lot of rock in my day, and I've heard a lot of uh blue suede shoes and all that from Mr. Presley. It just doesn't have the same emotion that Ozzy's music has. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was that? That one song he did, "Highway to Hell."
That
That
was
was
AC/DC.
no,
Yeah,
the
but there's
I think one that she's talking about Mama, I'm Coming Home, maybe.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not into the heavy metal genre.
Are you thinking Crazy Train, maybe?
I'm not sure what I
Was
mean.
that Jack sneezing?
Yes.
Dang, I thought
I'll
my
just
sneeze was
say
loud.
I'll say this as a rock and metal fan. The loss of Ozzy is pretty fucking heavy.
Mm-hmm. It is.
There will never be another Ozzy.
Nope.
No. There will never be another Black Sabbath either.
Yep.
I will say this: not just only music world, entertainment world, but also in wrestling world is also reeling from his death.
Yeah. I would not be
Um,
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if SmackDown does something on Friday
Now
night.
makes
Does
Yeah,
some
it
sort
more
of
they
true.
tribute.
will.
Sneezing.
Yes, they will talk about it.
Okay.
um, actually, here's the funny thing. Uh, Triple H actually did a memorial on Instagram. Mike, can you access that really quick, or
Yeah,
should
give me a
I?
second.
Look up Triple H. It should be WWE something like WWE Triple H or something.
Just Triple H.
Yeah, I can find it. Hang on.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Sports Illustrated. Let's see where.
That don't want a blue check on it.
If I can find, like, maybe I can get the link.
Got it. Got it. I got it for you, Mike. I'm gonna link it to you right now.
All right, thank you.
I'm wanting you to read this because I think it's a poignant
Fair enough.
message. There it is in the Zoom chat for you.
Let's see. Oh god, this is a pretty lengthy one here.
Yeah, but I think it'll be a good one.
Okay. Triple H said, "Rock and Roll Heaven just received the Prince of Darkness, and if I know Lem, he asked what took you so fucking long to get up there. Ozzy was one of a kind. His relentless passion for music was something I always looked up to. From the moment I heard the first riff of Paranoid, I was hooked onto this sound that I never heard before. My dream turned into reality as Ozzy would become involved with WWE and eventually inducted into the Hall of Fame. My condolences to Sharon, your children and grandchildren who had the fortunate pleasure of your time. Give Lem a hug for me, and I'll see you on the other side. Give him hell, Ozzy."
Walking out on another stage, another town, another place. Sometimes I don't feel right. Nerves wound up too damn tight. People telling me it's bad for my health, but kicking back don't make it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he's a living legend.
Yep.
And for those that don't understand some of the references, Lem is referring to Lemmy, who passed away from Motorhead, and Motorhead was the band who does Triple H's theme song,
Mm-hmm.
King of Kings.
The game.
So, yep, the game, King of Kings. Yep, but yeah,
Evolution.
yep,
And
he's
and Lemmy and Ozzy. Well, Lem helped Ozzy write the song Hellraiser,
Oh.
yep.
which is the lyrics that you were just reading out.
Uh-huh. Sorry, I decided to read those last lyrics just because it makes sense
Mm-hmm.
as a poignant thing.
You know what? I don't think Ozzy was as bad as a lot of people thought. I don't know the history behind it, Mike. I may have
Uh-oh.
spoke out of turn, but go ahead and say what you want to say.
Ozzy was most well known, apart from the bat, he also did a lot of drugs, meth, cocaine,
Mm-hmm.
you name it. He did it all.
Yeah. I'm not going that rabbit hole.
He was
Well,
very much an alcoholic.
the only person that I know of that has done more drugs more consistently than Ozzy Osbourne is Keith Richards from Rolling Stone.
Really.
That's the only person I know that's done more drugs more consistently than Ozzy.
Fair
And that
enough.
says something when you're the second Keith Richards.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Okay, well, I found something from my old high school buddy Freddie Hull. He actually hosts his own little show on a station in Orlando called Hair Me Out. You know, you get it? Big hair bands. Hair Me Out. All right, here's what he said. He posted this an hour ago. I was in a class for work all day today, so I found out about the passing of Ozzy about an hour or so after the news broke. I realized when I got out of class why my phone had been going crazy. This is one of those that hits hard. Everyone knew Ozzy has had health issues for several years now, but to pass away 3 weeks after his farewell show, speaking and singing the way he did just makes it harder to process. Ozzy is a name that didn't matter if you were a metalhead, pop, country, or rap fan. Everyone knew who Ozzy Osbourne was. Black Sabbath is one of the forefathers of heavy metal, and throughout his solo career, Ozzy was a major influence to so many bands and artists. Yes, he is a rock and metal icon, but he was also a husband, father, and grandfather. He touched the lives of so many people all over the world. His loss is going to sting for a while. It still doesn't seem real that Ozzy has passed away. So,
WrestleMania, the Facebook page, posted this. Surely, if you can put it up, I think it's going to be poignant for the episode tonight.
okay, what am I looking for?
It's the
It's
second
in the
link.
Zoom chat.
Oh, okay. Give me a second.
You
That's
tell
a
me if
very
that.
good picture.
Okay. Oops. Okay.
Ozzy didn't have any young kids, did he?
Yeah, he did.
No.
You know, it's
Yeah, he
His-
had
Oh.
um
I
Jack,
thought his young.
Kelly.
I, th-
Go ahead.
I thought his youngest was Kelly.
I think Kelly is the youngest. But the kids that Ozzy does have is Kelly, Jack, Amy, and two others from his first marriage.
Yeah, we know Kelly and Jack. Well, probably, who knows? Probably the others probably don't like being in the limelight.
6 children: Elliot Kingsley, Jessica Osborne, Louis Osborne from his first marriage to Thelma Riley, and Amy Osborne, Kelly, and Jack from his second marriage to Sharon. He's also a grandfather to 10 grandchildren.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Sorry.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am so glad that I was able to watch
That concert stream.
the Back to the Beginning concert back on the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
It,
Was
Knowing,
it a pay-per-view, Mike?
yeah, it was like $35, which wasn't too bad.
Considering that thing
That's
was like
cheaper
10,
than.
considering it was 10 hours, that's
10
that's
hours
pretty damn
long.
good. Like 350
And
an hour.
and all of it went to charity, like up to like 190 million pounds, all went to three charities.
Oh wow. Let me see.
But literally, if you weren't really thinking about it then, knowing what happened today, that concert was Ozzy's farewell.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Do you
literally a farewell.
do
Go.
you think that he knew he was close to dying and wanted to give his fans a farewell?
It was possible, very possible. It's gonna be weird when they release the 100-minute version of the concert next year.
Mm-hmm.
But now I wonder if Ozzy's new book, Last Rite, is gonna get released. Because it's supposed to release this year. But I don't think he's finished.
Okay, Mike, did you say it was 190 million pounds?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I mean, that's according to one source. They kind of bounce up and down everywhere else.
Yeah.
yeah. So as you can see, we have a good reason to not do political.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here it is. 190 million pounds translates to, oh my god, 256,996,388.52.
Yeah, and again,
Dollars.
that's being split between three charities.
Dang, they're going to get a lot then. That's good.
Yep. It's
See how much each charity gets, Shirley.
Well, let's see. Let's see, what's 250? Give me a second here.
while you do that, I will just name the charities off. One is Cure Parkinson's. Other is Birmingham Children's Hospital. Again, England, mind you, not
Not Alabama.
And then the Acorn Children's Hospice, which I believe is also in Birmingham.
Okay. All right, here it is. Between the three, each one will get $85,665,462.84.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
That will go a long way.
Yes.
Well, you want to know something? Ozzy's helped a lot of people
Uh-huh.
by
I mean,
making that big old donation to charity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and
and
here's one thing that I'm gonna say really quick, Mike. Sorry for interjecting really quick, but there's one thing that I think a lot of people need to realize is that Ozzy Osbourne's music, some people may see it as dark, whatever they want to say about it, but the man freaking poured out his heart into that music. Like straight up literally poured his heart out. His heart, his soul, everything. And I personally use some of his music when I'm feeling depressed. Because
Mhm.
guess what? A good dose of heavy metal to me is a fucking godsend as far as my mental health is considered, because it's like I don't care what anyone thinks, but when you feel like there's nothing in the world that matters, to be reminded by a guy who, for all intents and purposes, has went through hell and came back smelling like a fucking rose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this man's been through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Straight up. And he he's done so much for everyone, and yet he doesn't. No one is gonna disrespect his name ever again. I'm gonna say that right.
Mm-hmm.
Because he, in my opinion, he's had a bigger impact on music and the world in general than even Elvis Presley. And that's saying something, because Elvis pretty much created a whole genre of music.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, if we hadn't had, like, Sabbath and Ozzy solo, we wouldn't have Metallica. We wouldn't have Korn, Slipknot, Pantera, Slayer, Guns N' Roses, Tool. The list goes on and on and on. Like, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the heavy metal music that we have today.
Yeah, and there's a whole list, not just of musicians, but of other people. And this entertainment industry. They were fucking. I don't care how long this show went on. For lack of a better term, Ozzy Osbourne, Sharon Osbourne, Jack and fucking Kelly, they were the fucking gods of fucking reality TV for a long time.
Yup.
Okay.
The Osbournes. Yup.
They were the fucking gods of trashy TV. I think they're even better than the fucking Kardashians. And my wife says, "Oh hell yeah." The problem is that the impact that Ozzy had on the entertainment industry as a whole, and let's go even further than that, to the world as a whole, was limitless. That's not even hesitating as a joke. I'm not even trying to think about it. It's just, you look at everything that's happened. Video games. How many fucking video games do we know of that use a Black Sabbath riff, a mention of a Black Sabbath song, Ozzy song, any number of references from Ozzy Osbourne? How many even country singers have covered some of Ozzy's music?
For sure.
It's, for lack of a better term, Ozzy's music is timeless.
Yeah. Well, I did some looking up, and I just found like five lesser known facts about Ozzy Osbourne. Number one, he went to jail for stealing clothes. Not money, just clothes. He didn't come from much. Growing up in a working class neighborhood in Birmingham, England, things were hard. At 17, he got caught stealing clothes. Not because he was a rebel, but because he simply didn't have any. He spent 6 weeks in jail, and it haunted him for years. That brush with the system ended up fueling the raw honesty in his music. Alright, number two. I didn't know this one. I'm surprised. Clowns scared the hell out of him.
Clouds?
Clowns. Clowns.
Nimbus and stuff?
No, Janet. Clowns. Yeah, like Bozo the Clown.
Like it.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah. For someone who played with themes of darkness and horror, Ozzy had a surprisingly soft spot, or maybe a weird one. He was scared of clowns. Yep. The guy was singing about demons and madness couldn't handle face paint and red noses. It just shows. Fear doesn't always make sense. Alright, Ozzy wasn't a stage name. It was a schoolyard nickname. His real name, of course, is John Michael Osbourne. But ever since he was a kid, people called him Ozzy, and it stuck. It wasn't part of some marketing plan. It was just him. And over the decades, that name came to represent a sound, a movement, and a legacy. Number 4, he worked in a slaughterhouse before hitting the stage. Long before his fame, Ozzy did whatever jobs he could to survive. One of them was in a slaughterhouse. It was messy, brutal work, and probably not the most glamorous chapter of his life. But if you've ever wondered where his music got that raw, guttural edge, well, maybe that explains a bit. And number 5, he was terrified of being alone on stage. You wouldn't think it, watching him command massive arenas, but Ozzy was nervous before every show. He used to say his biggest fear wasn't playing badly, it was playing to no one. That fear kept him grounded and gave every performance a kind of urgency. He didn't take his fans for granted. Ever. So.
And
Even though he may come across as a total weirdo to some people, he actually cared for people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing. Ozzy always was the consummate professional. He focused on,
Sorry.
making the music sing for itself, making the music speak for itself. He wasn't all about the glory for himself. He did it for the fans. I mean, fuck. Mike or Shirley, when you look up how much Ozzy was worth at the time of his passing?
I'm just going to find out. Let's see.
Couple millions?
Hold on.
Let's see. There we go.
Net worth. Last update.
Whoa. 220 million.
Yep, at the time of his death. Yeah.
Dang.
I believe it.
And you
the
know
thing
what?
is,
His music may still keep making money.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, but here's the thing. I want you to think about this from a different perspective as well, Jan. Okay? His music's still gonna make money, but he never really lived super extravagant.
That's true. He didn't.
If you look at what he wore on the Osbournes, if you look at what he was like on that show, he was just a fucking dude.
He
Yeah.
wore what was comfortable to him. He didn't care what other people thought about what he wore.
Yeah. Just think about it. You got Ozzy Osbourne, a person very similar to him. You would think is like he's extremely weird, but he's got a big heart. Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Also, he started Ozfest.
That's right, he did.
Yep.
Hey, I just got one thing to say about Alice Cooper. School's out for summer.
Yep.
Hey, now wait a minute. Was that a cover for Alice Cooper's version?
No.
No,
Mm-mm.
that was Alice Cooper. That's what I'm referencing is that song.
Oh,
Yeah.
here's something interesting. Chipper Jones. I remember him playing for the Atlanta Braves.
Who?
Chipper Jones. He was a Major League Baseball player who played with the Atlanta Braves. Here's what he said. Saddened to hear of the passing of Ozzy Osbourne today. I feel Ozzy and I will forever be linked due to his song Crazy Train. Quick story, facing the Mets at home, I walk to the plate and say, "Hey Mike, Piazza, how's it going?" He says, "I'm doing fine, Larry, but I hate this fucking song." I said, "Well, get ready because you're going to hear it about 5 times today." Pretty funny, rest easy. In other words, it was Chipper Jones's theme walking on to going up to his bat.
Even New England Patriots also
Yeah.
had that Ozzy songs.
Yep. Exactly.
I mean, let's look up Ozzy songs used as entrance. As entrance themes. So I'm just looking. Shut up. The best songs, the essential songs. I didn't want that. I wanted who used different songs for. Oh, I
Ooh,
think
what?
that they had a. I think that they had one of Ozzy's songs was one of the WWE theme songs.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
don't want to stop. And War Pigs
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
for War Games.
I'm checking on face on X to see if there's any specific posts about him. Yeah. Tommy Tony Lomi Tony Iommi made a post. I just can't believe it. My dear friend Ozzy has passed away only weeks after our show at Villa Park. Just such heartbreaking news that I can't find the words. There won't be another. There won't ever be another like him. Geezer, Bill, and myself have lost our brother. That's what Tony Iommi said.
Basically all of the members of Sabbath have already spoken out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Danny Trejo has spoken out.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we lost one of the wildest souls ever to walk this earth. Ozzy wasn't just the Prince of Darkness, he was pure light to those of us lucky to meet him. A heart bigger than any stage he ever rocked. My heart goes out to Sharon and the kids. That's what Danny Trejo said. He also said, save me a seat backstage up there, Carnal. Love you forever.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Sandler. Oh, God. I loved that movie.
Little Nicky, yes.
Yes. Yeah, it was Little Nicky. Yep. God damn it. Now I want to watch that movie. Fuck.
Also, he was in making a special appearance in Austin Powers and Gold Member.
It was?
Yeah, Austin
I've not
Powers
seen
and Gold
Gold
Member.
Hmm.
The one where he's a boo.
Oh.
I'm trying to see where Little Nicky is streaming because I do love that movie.
Hmm.
Oh, it looks like it's on Pluto. So if you want to watch Little Nicky, you can.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah. It's free.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yep.
true.
David Mustaine said his speech about Ozzy. Gonna miss you, not nearly as much as your incredible soulmate, Mrs. Osbourne. Thanks for everything you've done for all of us. That's from Dave Mustaine. The Rock History X account said, very sad day for music. At least Ozzy got to say goodbye. Thanks for everything, Prince of Darkness. John Bon Jovi spoke. Aerosmith spoke.
Sounds like
Motley
Ozzy was
Crue.
very popular with his peers.
For sure. Oh yeah.
There's no question because everyone fucking acknowledged that Ozzy was one of the greatest. Drew McIntyre from WWE spoke. Triple H, yep, WWE, yep. Piers Morgan.
Which actually kind of surprised me, everything that happened between him and Sharon about a few years back.
Yeah. He's Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. He's a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He fucking deserves every accolade. I don't care what anyone says. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone that says anything bad about him, they need to shut up. Neil Young spoke. Paul Stanley. Born.
He was with Kiss, right?
Yeah.
Paul Stanley.
Yep.
Yes.
Lead singer of Kiss.
Holy shit, Ice-T did too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, Ozzy worked with so many people. Like literally, he worked with fucking rappers. He worked with country. I think he also worked once. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, Mike. But didn't Ozzy work with what's his name? Tattoos, not
Post Malone?
but one. No, not Post.
Jelly Roll?
But yes, that's who I'm thinking. Jelly Roll.
I don't think he worked directly, but I know Jelly Roll did sing "Mama, I'm Coming Home" during the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But point being is that his fucking influence went throughout rock and all music. Actually, let's just go honestly to another level and just say all music he's had a role in.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's see. I found a site that tells 24 times Ozzy Osbourne sang with somebody else. Lita Ford and Ozzy Osbourne, Close My Eyes Forever, 1988.
Yep, that's a
Love
classic.
that one.
Yep. Gary Moore featuring Ozzy Osbourne, Lead Clones. Let's see. Oh, wow. Ozzy Osbourne, Frank Bruno, and Billy Connolly with Mike Batt and the London Philharmonic Orchestra. The War Song of the Earpneys from 1990, and it's obviously from a cartoon. Okay, the animated British TV show The Dreamstone. Interesting. We'll look at that later. Bill Ward, Bombers Can Open Bomb Bays, and Jacksland from 1990. Let's see. Alice Cooper, Hey Stupid, 1991. Infectious Grooves with Therapy from 1991. Motorhead, I Ain't No Nice Guy, 1992.
Yep.
Was Not Was, Shake Your Head. In case you don't know, Was Not Was, they also did the song Walk the Dinosaur.
That's them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, I didn't realize that.
Let's see. Therapy with Ozzy Osbourne. Let's see. Iron Man.
Yep.
Obviously.
Haha, Miss Piggy featuring Ozzy Osbourne. Born to Be Wild, 1995.
Hey, heard that one.
Let's see. Crystal Method with DMX, Old Dirty Bastard, and Ozzy Osbourne. Nowhere to Run, 1998. Let's see. Ringo Starr, Vertical Man, 1998. Huh. Let's see. Rick Wakeman featuring Ozzy Osbourne, Buried Alive, 1999. Cold Chamber, Shock the Monkey, 1999. Wu-Tang Clan, Ozzy Osbourne, and Tommy Iommi, For Heaven's Sake, 2000. Let's see.
Tony Iommi?
Tommy Iommi? Is it Iommi? I-O-M-M-I?
Tony Iommi.
Tony.
Tony.
Did I say Tommy?
Tony. Yeah,
So-
it's Tony.
Okay, yeah, it says Tony. I'm saying Tommy. What the heck? My brain's
Trust me, I
tired.
did that. I did that too, so don't feel bad.
Okay. So there's Iommi featuring Ozzy Osbourne and Bill Ward, Who's Fooling Who, 2000. Busta Rhymes featuring Ozzy Osbourne, This Means War in 2000. Rob Zombie, Ironhead, 2001.
Yep. Sinister Urge album.
Let's see, Black Label Society was Stillborn, 2003.
Zach Wild Band.
Yep. Mountain with Masters of War, 2007. Alice Cooper, Wake the Dead, 2008. Let's see. Slash featuring Ozzy Osbourne, Crucify the Dead in 2010. Oh, here we go. I think this is what you're thinking of. Post Malone featuring Ozzy Osbourne and Travis Scott, Take What You Want.
Yeah.
Then you have Ozzy. Go ahead.
What my point was in that was that he's been working with musicians from the beginning all the way to the end of his career.
Let's see. Ozzy Osbourne featuring Elton John, Ordinary Man 2020.
That was off of Ozzy's Ordinary Man album.
Yep. And that's all of them, but I thought, holy cow. Let's see. There it is. Ozzy Osbourne's Back to the Beginning concert coming to the big screen in 2026.
Yep. 100 minutes long instead of, the 9-hour, 10-hour
Yeah.
concert.
Unless someone wanted to go the unedited version or do what I did and watch all 3 of those Hobbit movies in one day. Yeah, early
I
2026.
bet you Ozzy was totally exhausted by the time the 10 hours was over.
Yep, let's see. Mercury Studios will cut down all the event into a 100-minute film titled Back to the Beginning, Ozzy's Final Bow.
So basically, Ozzy and Sabbath had their own set at the very end. Ozzy did a 5-song set, and Sabbath did a 4-song set. Ozzy was originally supposed to do 4, but ended up doing 1, or doing 5.
Well, it's Ozzy. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
True.
I mean, seriously, serious talk. There ain't no one that's gonna stop the man from doing whatever the fuck he wants.
That's
The only person that would probably be Sharon, and that would only be for his health.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, they had him strapped to his throne because they were worried about him falling because of Parkinson's.
Yeah.
But his singing voice was great. He still delivered, as he always has. Despite...
I mean, if he didn't, he's the freaking god of fucking metal.
Yeah. Hang on a second.
But definitely during Mama, I'm Coming Home, after that little speech, his voice was shaky, but for good reason, though. It was at that moment where it was starting to hit home for him that this is it. He's done after this.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a quote from Ozzy back in October 2005. When I do go, I don't want there to be morbid fucking crying people. I want people to celebrate my life. Get me in the ground as soon as you can. You can cry all you want, but I ain't coming back. I don't think there are any fucking return tickets. That's what he said, and this was actually from Playboy.
I did see that.
You know what would have been a good thing for him if they would have allowed it? Now this is just a hypothetical, Mike, so please do not get upset, because it's probably going to be a little bit odd of me to say this. But imagine if Ozzy had done one of the Power Ranger themes.
Okay, I'm listening.
Just you're like, oh wait, hold on, Frodo's got an idea here.
That would be something.
That would be something.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that kind of theme. I mean, here's the thing. You got Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, doing a music for a Power Rangers series. What do you think the parents would say about that?
Mm.
Oh,
Oh.
here. I'm just giving somebody a chance to. If I knew something about Ozzy, I'd say it.
You're fine. I have no idea, Frodo. Eh.
I'm just thinking I could see like my parents because my parents were heavy metal fans, right? I could see my parents hearing a new season of Power Rangers come on and it be the theme song be sang by Ozzy. They'd probably be like, "Wait, what?"
I
I mean,
would mark the fuck out.
I can you just imagine Ozzy doing that though? Just
Mm-hmm.
think about that.
Yeah.
And also doing Lord Zed's theme. Oh man.
Oh, that'd be wicked. That'd be wicked.
But yeah, it's just there's so many options he could have done, even though he was still the fucking god of fucking metal.
Putting
And
that
anyone,
theme. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Ozzy is the fucking god of metal. So
Yeah.
anyway, do you have anything else, Mike?
Um,
Besides for the fact that you have sirens going on behind you.
no, just I was caught off guard by the news. I'm not gonna lie, that caught me off guard.
Oh yeah.
That totally fucking fucked with me. Throughout the whole day, I've been like, what the hell?
Same. That's what I say. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I was playing Power Wash Simulator like I have been for the last few days. I checked my phone. Lottie said something on Facebook about it. I jump up and run to my laptop and check for sources, and sure enough, multiple sources said so. I'm like, oh shit.
Yep.
I found it out one day. I had a notification on TMZ saying he passed, and then when I looked, yeah, confirmed it all.
Mm-hmm.
Even I had to tell the wrestling community that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, and
I
remember, he is part of the WWE. Uh,
Hall of
um,
Fame.
yep. So he's going to be mentioned.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I am glad that I have every studio album of Ozzy's and Sabbath's on CD.
Mm-hmm.
You know
After
what, Mike?
yeah.
What?
Next chance I get, I'm gonna have to steal those from you.
No, I will defend it. Ah,
You want to know something?
what?
It's tough when you get a favorite band or band member that you like really well, and the somebody in the band dies, the group breaks up,
Guys,
and they
I'll be
all
right
go their
back.
separate ways, and y'all lose track of them.
Oh boy. But yeah, it's been hellacious for the last few hours because of this whole shit. Because like, fuck, fuck me. He was. It's
Do
just
you
so
think
hard to
there's a
describe.
possibility, Frodo? Do you think there's a possibility that they'll honor Ozzy with a star on the Walk of Fame?
They already have
He's
Oh, I did
years
not
yeah,
know
ago.
that.
he's already got it.
They
He's
already
also
got that.
He's
I did
also
not know
got
that.
yep.
Goes to show you how far out of touch I am with heavy metal.
He's also got a he's also in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Not once, but twice.
True, because he's in there as part of Black Sabbath and as himself.
Yep.
There's not many people that can claim double honors in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How many people are double honored in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? That's my next question.
Let me see.
Because it's extremely rare.
All right.
Like I think
You guys will
Ozzy was.
excuse me. I'm going to bow out now, but it was an interesting discussion, even if I didn't get to add but about a penny's worth.
You're not allowed to leave. Nope. 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 You have to stay.
Well, I'm sorry. I've got my own key to the door. So I'll catch up with you later, Frodo.
Yep.
Goodbye, everybody. No, I'll wait till Shirley comes back before I leave.
I mean, Eric Clapton is known to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 3 times.
Yeah. Didn't
Yeah,
he do
but-
Layla? Who did
Yeah.
Layla?
That
It was
was
Eric.
Derek
That
and
was
the Dominoes.
All right, Shirley.
Yes.
I was just getting ready to leave, and I thought I'd come back to you.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Well, I enjoyed
Yeah.
being a part of this.
Good.
Yeah.
We should do this a little more often.
Well, I don't want, well, the thing is, we don't like death, so.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But we
go
like
ahead.
you know what even less.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Frodo.
I was gonna say.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, Dr. Nick. Sorry, couldn't resist that.
That's fine.
No, my biggest thing is that, I'm not a biggest fan of Eric Clapton. I'm not saying I don't like him,
Mm-hmm.
but after some of the stuff I've heard about him recently, I'm one of those unlucky fuckers that can separate the artist from their art. But with Eric Clapton, it's hard because he became MAGA without MAGA.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And that's why I'm not a big fan of his. Sorry.
That's fair.
Yeah. Let's see. Before we go, there is one other thing. Of course, yesterday we got news about Malcolm Jamal Warner. Turns out we know exactly what happened. What happened was he went swimming off the coast. Okay. He went swimming off the coast of Costa Rica by himself. That's one big mistake. You should not try to go swimming by yourself. And here's what happened. Costa Rica's Judicial Investigation Department stated, per a report obtained by the Associated Press, that the actor was swimming at Playa Cocles in Limon province when a current pulled him deeper into the ocean. And though he was rescued by people on the beach soon after, per the report, first responders from Costa Rica's Red Cross found him without vital signs. So, and the official cause was asphyxiation by submersion. In other words, he drowned after being caught in a rip current.
Which based on what I've heard, is one of the worst ways to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because your body is struggling
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah, and they always tell you, if you get caught in a rip current, most important things, don't panic for starters. That's number one. Number two, if you are able, write it out because it will let up and then swim parallel to the shore. That's basically your best way to get out. But, most of the time lifeguards have to get in there because, you've got, if it were me, I'd probably do help, like that. Panic. Right? That's unfortunately, that's the first thing most people are actually going to do. Panic.
No offense, but surely you kind of are a panicker at times.
Yes, I am. I know that. Fully aware. Thank you. Yes, I'm fully aware
Not
of that. Thank
trying
you.
not trying to be rude, but
I
like
know.
when stuff goes wrong in the show, you're just like, "Oh my god, I did it wrong." I'm like,
Well, well, 9 times out of 10, I am doing it wrong. Okay. All
but
right.
there. But what do I do when you get that way?
Pull the executive order.
I don't pull that often, but when I have to, I will. But
Yeah.
mostly, what I do is I say, "Hey, chill, relax. Is your computer on fire?
No.
No. And it's not
Yeah.
unrecoverable. You're fine."
Yeah, but in all seriousness, if you're gonna go swimming, please don't go by yourself, because I think that particular beach, I don't think no, there were lifeguards. I don't know if there were many lifeguards. That's part of the problem, because we don't know that part of the story. But one of the most important thing is, if you're gonna go swimming, go swim with a partner. Don't not swim by yourself, because you never know what could happen. Because unfortunately, that's what happened to him.
Yeah, we're gonna
So.
take. So for the rest of the week, we're gonna do this. Tomorrow, obviously, we're taking the day off.
Oh
Fuck
yeah.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, Shirley, you know what?
What?
You're gonna hate me for this.
Whatever you got in mind. I've got Fantastic Four on Thursday. I can't.
You don't even know what I was gonna say.
Okay, what is it?
Live stream the theater experience at least until you get into the movie.
No. And the good news is, this time I don't have to worry about skipping dinner, because it's not till 7:30. Because boy, I will never eat the theater food again, because it was way too many carbs.
And then
Way too much.
Friday, let's do rock and roll trivia on Friday.
Well, wait a minute. It's supposed to be another game of Among Us. I think.
I'm thinking.
No, I think it
Yeah.
is trivia. I think it is trivia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because that's right. We played Among Us last
You
week.
see, we do 2 sets of Among Us.
Right. So we've already done that. So this week should be trivia. That's right.
So this week we'll do heavy metal trivia, rock and roll.
Okay. That'll work.
Yep, with all of Black Sabbath and
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Mike?
I like it.
I said let's go for it. But yeah, if you remember Ozzy Osbourne, play his music. Enjoy his music.
I play his stream music.
And
I
enjoy
play the
him for the person he always was.
War Pigs. I don't want to stop. Crazy Train.
Yeah, it turns out when he ate that bat, when he bit the head off the bat, he thought it was a rubber toy. He didn't realize it was a real bat.
But
And
yeah,
of
little
course,
Nick.
yeah, and of course that he will ever be forever tied with Des Moines, Iowa for that.
Yep.
All right. So anyway, we will end the show here by saying this. Rest in peace, Ozzy. Your
Rest in
legacy,
peace.
your music, and everything you've ever done will never be forgotten. Period. Because we don't believe in that. So, we'll miss him, but he will never be forgotten. Period.
Wow.
All right. So, anywho, I'm now going to play the ending, so hang on for 15 seconds.
All right, I'm gonna end it.
Okay, hold on. All right, so with that in mind, I'm going to say love, peace, and chicken grease. Everybody, a great night. Remember Ozzy forever. And we will see you on Friday for trivia night. So, peace.
Bye, everyone.